Hello. And can I say thank you so much for dropping by? Um, it's New Year's Day. Gordon Bennett, where did last year go? Oh, yeah, 365 days. Oh, well, that was quick. I wonder how many is this year. Anyone got a clue? Oh, yeah, of course, 365 is not a leap year. Anyway, I hate to say this, but we've got some character playing in the background. I'd never asked for him to turn up, so I do apologise. I just turned down the background. But anyway, yeah, the song is Dillygaff by Kevin Bloody Wilson. And it's not just a word, it's a way of life. And I put that on every single post relating to anybody standing up for our rights. And that is on the website. So, yes, you notice hopefully very soon within the surroundings of the website, it gets a little bit quieter. It has that on there on all of the auditors right at the top, just so that you can remember. Yes, Dillygaff is important because I really don't give a fuck. Today's New Year's Eve, the way I see it, it's not just New Year's Eve, it's also our promise to ourselves that we're going to stop messing about and, being idiots. We have a lot of idiots, unfortunately, and I, have to apologise for that. Anyway, we got somebody watching. Don't know who, probably stalking. And I also think there's a lot of people still playing or still live on theirs that didn't realise that I was live. I guess what? I just had a notification to tell me that I'm live. Bloody good, isn't it? Eh? YouTube interfering terms of service, possibly allegedly, which is one of the reasons why I decided it's time to put free speech on a free platform that's run by the people who use it. So we've done that, but unfortunately, some people don't understand how to get to it. So that's fine. We'll go into that later. Whoever's ghosting at the moment, I hope you have a really great new year. I really do. And if you've got any beefs with somebody, sort it out. Life's too short. We have to recommit to fighting for our freedoms so they're not taken away. Yes, let's go. All the best to you as well. Thanks for dropping in. You don't have to thank me for my channel. But we do have, funnily enough, a platform that we're going to be using on more often than on here. So, Matthew the King, thank you for dropping by. Appreciate it. Thanks very much. I don't recognise your name, however, that doesn't mean to say that you've not been here before, just not listened in. But yeah, it's so nice to see people here. Thank you so much. I don't really have anything planned for today. And it's New Year's Day. Most people are going to be, what's the phrase I'm thinking of? Hungover still. They drink themselves to a senseless point, and they don't remember what they've done. That happens occasionally. But hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. We got a drunken person already here. Yeah. Because my mom's live. We'll hear you in a couple of minutes. All right, no worries, don't worry. Stangu, that door's open, mate. Not mine, but yours apparently. If you want to come up, you know how to. I might put the link out in a bit. In fact, I will do for anybody who wants to come up. All I can say is Happy New Year, motherfuckers. No, seriously. It is a Happy New Year. It's a great new year for this channel because we've hit and sustained 500 subscribers, which I never ever thought as a channel of garbage. Because let's face it, I mean, nothing's ever planned. I keep getting told I've got to plan things. But yeah, thank you so much. I never thought we'd get 100 subs, never mind 500. So yeah, there might be a few people who want to come up and say, you know, Happy New Year, like Crafting 101. It's like Room 101, isn't it? That Crafting 101. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. I pinned the link. So if you want to drop in, if you're able to, you know, you don't have to, please do. I mean, you could be on two channels at the same time, you know, because there are other channels live at the moment. It's nice to see a few old friends and a few new friends coming in. Today of all days. I mean, I don't do Christmas, folks, but I do New Year. I think it's an excuse to grab a can or three and have a few drinks, you know. Trouble is, I don't ever feel that I get a hangover because I don't, you know. Look at that. Rest in peace. Yeah, I've already reaped the soul. Did that last night. That was great. And I also got Santa's. So Santa's may be cancelled next year or this year. Folks, there's only 363 days left to the worst day of the year. So let's not worry too much about it. Let's look forward and see what the flaming hell we can do to protect our rights. Matt, I'm sure we can arrange for a demonstration of your skills one day. I'm the origami king. However, he uses scissors. So he's not really an origami king. But he's very good at demonstrating crafting stuff. You want to head over and have a look at his channel. I was absolutely flabbergasted at some of the stuff that he could make out of a flat piece of card. It took me back to the days when I watched Blue Peter. You know, sorry, couldn't resist it. Who else? Stangu. Stangu is moderating over here, and he's also moderating in another channel at the moment. I'm fully aware. I know where his allegiances stand, so to speak. I don't know whether Jade is doing the same, but probably. No, she's busy. Let's go. If you're still here, it really is nice to see you. And also, Matthew King, I do remember you now. My apologies. You know. What's going on? So, hey Jay, fantastic news. I'm going on the Cambridge diet full time. Jelly asked me to move in with her. Well. Fantastic. You know, when you have a dessert that likes you so much that they want to feed you all the time, I think that is good. You know, especially when it's things like jelly, but you want to make sure there's cream there as well. Right? Paranormal professional paranormal research. Let's get it right. Happy New Year. Happy ghosting, shall we say? Or looking for any proof of ghosts. If there are, please let me know. Okay, I've just got a message through. All good, Grim. Thanks for the wrench. You're more than welcome. People get wrenches so that nobody has a go at them, nice and chilled in here, as you know. Stangu, I just got back from work. Grim, don't don't let me on yet, please. Well, you're not even here, so what can I say? UK Transparency, Happy New Year. We are going to have a better year, all things being equal. Because if we don't, then something's gone wrong. We'll be going backwards. Head over to UK Transparency. It keeps you up to date with a lot of things that are going on. I'm not sure, but we seem to have a lurker in the background who has requested until such time as he's got himself all sorted out. He doesn't want to come up, so that's okay. But I'm sure he can let himself up. If he can't, tough. So apart from getting pissed last night, anybody suffering this morning, wherever you are, whether you're here in the UK or whether you're over the pond. Unfortunately, professional there, he's got to work, which is a bit of a shame. So let's take it that as read that some people unfortunately have to work, but can listen. Some people are visiting others, so they can only listen and type occasionally. And of course, we've got some people who have recently made a little bit of a landmark and by cementing a relationship, which I think is fantastic news. May the diet continue to work for you, sir. That's all I can say, Matt. Anybody who does want to come and come into the panel and have a chat, by all means, do so. Hello, Norris. Just to remind you, I have pinned the link to come on up. Last time I did that, I had an American up, and let's say it suddenly became somebody else's show and not ours. I won't let that happen. In fact, let's say that we will look at that later in the year. If that ever happens again, there's a problem. And just a reminder that the Grim Reaper Radio Show Network, and we are a network now, has 500 people subscribed on YouTube. We are currently at a...
You all right, mate?
I'm all right. How are you, Norris?
Yeah, Reach. I'm all right, mate. I've never come across your channel before. I just thought, fuck it, I'll jump on and say hello.
Oh, I've been across your channel, Norris.
Oh, yeah. I wonder, I must have been subbed to you.
I was subscribed to you a long, long time ago.
Well, okay. I swear I must have been in before. Your voice is very, like I recognise your voice.
Yeah. Oh, listen, you probably heard me on other streams. I'm like, well, you may not. I go on streams over here, over in the States, preaching the same thing.
Yeah, cool.
Freedom.
What freedom of speech is it you're all about, mate?
Yes, it is. Yes, you haven't got that on YouTube, but we have now got it on the website.
Yeah, good, mate. Sounds cool. What
so
side of the community
we can
are you
transmit
from?
whatever we want. Sorry?
What side of the community are you from? Like the auditing side?
No, my side.
Your side. I agree. I'm on my side as well, mate. That's it. You can usually categorise people. Like you get like the odd nutcase that goes on cesspit and this, that, and the other. But I'm over the moon that I can't categorise you and that you're yourself, mate. That's much better. I prefer that.
Yeah, well, it's nice and chilled in here. Nobody argues. Anybody argues, both sides go. Because
I agree with that, mate. I'm there.
Happy New Year, Sasquatch. Show me Sasquatch. One of our American friends. He's really chilled out. So cool. By all means, hop over there sometime.
Yeah, we'll
he says we stand alone, and you're right. Sasquatch, we do stand alone. But there's no reason why we can't unite. I don't know whether
problem with unite. Do you know what the problem with uniting is? This is what I find the problem with uniting is. It's all right for chaps like me and you, are reasonable people, to sit down and have a discussion and debate these things out and come to a common ground. But the problem is you've got people that hate each other. So while me and you are sitting there being responsible for our own actions and this, that, and the other, you've got two other people that are fuming because they lost an argument, hate the other person and want to kill everyone around them. The problem is they kill everyone around them. They want to burn the fucking community around them. And it's very difficult for you to do any good with people like
that. Yeah, I agree with you totally, Norris. That's one of the reasons why I don't follow any particular, whether it be an auditor, person who goes around folding cardboard or whatever, you with me, it makes no difference. I take people as I find them. If they're respectful to me, I'll be respectful back. If they disrespect me, they get the one.
I'm going to put you in a really difficult position, because this is the position you get put in when you have a channel, right? So you've come across somebody, they're a person, they've been right within your channel, done any of the rules that you would say are out of order, racism, doxing people, things like that, right? And then somebody comes to you with a newspaper clipping of a horrendous crime that they've committed, and then you're put in this weird position where you're like,
no, I'm not.
So it's, well, I'm not either. To be fair, I'm not. I just, you get bin them off. But I've been finding that a lot. Like when I'm trying to run a channel, I'm getting like all this heat put on me about other people's behaviour, and I'm like, whoa, I can only speak for myself. Do you know what I mean? I can only, like you say, you can only find people as I find them, if you know what I mean. But sorry, I'm rambling on a bit there.
No. I think there's a place for certain types of what's the word I'm thinking? Clickbait. Yes, if that's what you want, you can do that all the time. What I'm against,
couldn't think of anything worse, mate.
What I'm against is people who have a disagreement on YouTube. Let's face it, that's where most disagreements are. And then you get people who go out of the way to dig as much garbage up as they can from someone's past. They publicize it. In America, it's worse because they get access to criminal records through a FOIA request, Freedom of Information. And they publish that as well. Then they go out. I've seen this on both sides. They publish pictures from Facebook of the person's family, and they bring them into it. Now,
somebody will kill themselves at the end of this.
Is wrong because the pressure you're putting on people. Now, if you are so good at investigation, why don't you put those investigation skills to better use? Like
I agree.
Finding out about what's going on in your local area, what your local police are up to, what the local council are up to, who's in whose pockets, and things like that.
Even your own family skills, you've got the amount of things that happen in your own household that can be sorted, and too many people are on YouTube correcting people's lives, and like there's a lot of, as well. Like what I believe is, because when I first come on here, I started doing it, but you feel guilty of it. You become this Karen where you're like, oh, that's disgusting, and this, that, and the other, and then you start to think to yourself, these people aren't media trained. They're coming on with a bit of a silly channel. They're talking absolute rubbish. They're getting carried away with themselves. They're just normal. If I seen this person in the pub, I wouldn't sit there doing an expose on them, would I? I'd just leave
No.
them to it and go my separate way. Do you know what I mean? So I agree with you. I would wholeheartedly agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as I say, there's only one rule that we have on this channel, and that is that you leave your shit at the door. This channel is open to everybody and anybody, and the only other rule really is you treat people with respect. So if you leave your shit at the door, that's what you happen. That's what happens.
Yeah,
you get a lot of people, together, and hopefully having a bit of a laugh, etc. But also remembering that we should really work together.
Members of the real world, you can call it, mate. We're all members of the real world over here. Let's call it that.
Yeah, this is a virtual world, and people forget that.
Yes.
Anoniku, you've come over from Mrs. J's, so I'll take it she's closed down. Clash, I don't normally start a live when somebody else is on, but I booked this yesterday, and it's not my fault if somebody is late. I got told off for being late once. And I was so late, actually, Sangu had to start the show. Well, I sat there listening to him. It was quite funny. Because he didn't know what to do. Cheeky Sprite, Happy New Year. Okay, so UK transparency's point of view, I think certain things should be exposed if someone is going out holding people to account on certain things from the past. It depends on what it is. I mean,
and what I will say as well, if you are going to do something like that, sorry, I've got to go. I've just had a phone call, but I just want to say this before I go.
Yeah.
If you are going to do something like that, you better be fucking squeaky clean yourself, and you also better do the correct research and come with the correct evidence and do it in your own name. Like if that's the rules for me. If somebody's going to do something like that, then put your face to it and say, this is what I found out about this person, and come up with the correct evidence. In that case, I can't argue with that, can I?
No, but at the same time, then you've just got to make a decision as to what you're going to do.
Yeah. What your own personal moral compass is, I suppose, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's down to the individual. DeWitt, how are you doing? Happy New Year. Thank you.
Don't think I'm being rude, mate. I've had a phone call. I'm going to have to fly off.
No problem. As I say, have a look on our website sometime. You'll see the link there for the platform I was talking about.
Excellent.
Well, we can stream.
Nice to speak to you anyway, mate.
Everything else. All right. Cheers. Thank you very much,
Peace out,
Norris, for
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year to you. What a nice guy. Not spoke to him before. I have been on his channel, but he is nice when he's on. He is anywhere else. So thank you for coming up. We've got Vanished In. How you doing? Hop over to his channel, guys, if you haven't already, because he's roaming around and filming as he goes, and puts interesting information up. Where he's been and from his viewpoint as a traveller, in his little RV or camper van, as we would call them over here. It's nice. I've seen it. It's got all mod cons. He's even got Wi-Fi, which is good. So Vanished, you come up anytime. Jaded, you can come up. We could do with some tunettes and having a chat. Oh yes, no, sorry, you can't come up. I forgot you've got visitors, or you're visiting someone. But never mind. Listen, I've got somebody in the back. I'm not going to let them up, only because they're cleaning while they're in the back. Now, they think that they're just to chill and just put up the people's comments every now and again. You know, like AGM, how you doing? Happy New Year. You're having a Sunday roast. Okay. I don't know whether it'll be live, but yeah, no problem. Everybody is welcome. Yeah, as I was saying, this person in the back who's doing all the moving around, you know, I suppose really he should have been cleaning up by now.
You're talking about Grandad?
Sorry?
Are you talking about Grandad?
Oh, there's no way the Grandad can do it. He's in no fit state. Hello, Anoniku. Again.
Listen, Grim. I'm just gonna have a beer. It's been a real busy weekend. I'll tell you about it in a bit, but I just need to chill for like, another 10 minutes, and I'll join you.
Oh, it's fine. You know, that's not a problem. You're not working tomorrow, are you?
Not tomorrow. No, that's it. It's been the busiest weekend though.
Well, you go and have a beer, right? While you're at it, you can cover the Grandad for me down in the cellar. I'd appreciate that.
All right.
All right. You take care. Go on then. Bugger off. Off and pop. There you go. AGM, yeah, all the best. Hey, listen, everybody needs to look forward to 2023 because someone was telling me about a dream that they had, and all the high prices are going to come down. They're going to come down to such a rate that money will be worthless. So in order to get things, we will end up on some sort of card scheme where, depending on where you fit within society, depends on how much you can get with this card. You know, and when he woke up afterwards, he was telling me about it, you know, and I went, okay, that's not a problem. But then I was thinking, well, isn't that what they're trying to do to us at the moment, you know? I don't know whether anybody noticed the subtle things which went on in the UK, but during the enforced periods of house arrest, the credit card companies or the debit card companies, which is Visa and MasterCard, but MasterCard is currently winning that particular race, allowed for contactless payments to go up from what it was. I think it was £30, then it went to £45, and now it's £100. You know, hello, Paul Dirt Farmer. Thanks for dropping in, and Happy New Year. So we're now in a situation where we don't carry cash. We carry our little piece of plastic, and we use that to pay for things, you know. But I will say this, sooner or later, our money, because of the rate of inflation and the rate of prices going through the roof, will become practically worthless, you know, and you're not going to get very far on your normal wages. So you need to, you know, think about that. Start saving now. Anyway, I'd love to play some music, but in the background, but I'm not allowed to. So I've been told. So, you know, let's see what whether we can get away with it. You know, I can always talk over it, can't I? You know, a little bit of Kevin Bloody Wilson in the background, just to chill us out. You know what, Diddygaff? Do I look like I give a fuck? It's not just a word, folks. It's a way of life, honestly. And that's what I think about things in general, because people just have a go for no reason at anything and everything, you know. Teflon, nothing sticks on you, mate. It's nice to see you here on the 1st of January. The worrying side for me is that the touch of a button, you can be stopped from being able to survive. How true that is. I'm not going to say it's coming. I'm not a conspiracy theorist in any way. I'm a realist. I don't think the money that we have in our banks, etc., is worth the printing of it, to be honest. I don't think there's any point, especially if they're going to have to, what's the thing that I thought? Yeah, they'd have to put the king's head on it, you know. I'm not sure whether they'll do that. So, okay, so Brigade 77, GCHQ, I believe, has thoroughly infiltrated the streamer community behind much of the divide and rule tactics. That's a very bold and brave statement to make. I believe that there's a lot of people who have joined the community are out there to derail us. Have you heard of Kevin Bloody Wilson's new Christmas song? It's brilliant. I haven't been able to get anything recent from him, unfortunately, but if you wouldn't mind sending me the link, Vanished, I'd appreciate it. That'd be great. I can have a listen to it. Over on our new platform, we'll be able to play music, you know, and you know what? I might celebrate Christmas in July. Well, that's when everybody else starts thinking about it. What's that cheeky that you said? So we have to go back to trading skills. Well, no, because I think the prices will already be set by our wonderful authorities. So, you know, they're the ones who will become technically our masters from that point of view. I mean, they set the prices as it is, but yeah, it'd be good if we could barter these days. I think that would be good, you know. I think the bartering system works, or even better still, sharing. Well, I can do this for you, and then somebody else, you know, can turn around and say, well, I can do this for you. You know, that's bartering, isn't it, in a way? It's finding middle ground to work together, which would be good. Do I think that we're going to achieve it in 2023? Possibly not. There's too many people who, as Norris was saying, hate each other. And I don't get it, you know. There's a few people I don't like within certain communities, only because I think that they are out to derail everything that we are doing as a community of truth or change, whatever way you want to look at it or do. I think there are people out to try and divide us up. So yes, whether it's the Brigade 77 or not, I can't prove it. What's this UK? Problem is, yes, it could be to the working together side by side, yeah. However, it could be the side. Yeah, okay. Complicated. Right, okay. I'll try and put this into a nutshell. If you've got two, yeah, it's good to trade or barter. I agree. If you've got two opposing sides, right, and each side are as bad as each other because they're doxing each other, or they're just having a go for no reason, you know. And as I say, it can get pretty bad. That energy which is being put into that is wasted. There's no point in doing anything at all, you know, because within the community, they're not really interested in change. They talk about it, but they're not really interested. You know, and all they want to see is a scrap. No, I could do without. We could do without these sort of smoke screens being put up. What's that do with your foot? Sorry, if my no, he's not going to do it, so I'll do it. Right. Who needs infiltrators when there's so many weak links and liabilities in the communities to do their work for them? Well, that's the whole point. You know, are they are these people weak links or two-faced or whatever label you want to put on it, right? Or are they being coerced in some way, or just you know, it's their type of personality, they just want to be in it, you know, for now, you know, just for the sake of it. Trade and barter is what I was trying to say earlier. Cheeky, I think you may have had a little bit too much vino recently. Yeah. Mind you, I can't talk. I find it difficult to chat and type at the same time. You know, what's this we got here? Right, Teflon Grim. Is it sexual harassment if a midget says your hair smells nice? Depends on where you are. UK, people giving them distractions they want need to work out their site. Yeah. Matthew, regarding stock markets, I believe increasing prices and deteriorating buying power. Deteriorating, sorry, my fault. Buying power will lead to corporate profit profit declines, even barring a recession. I think we're just in for a really bad period, to be honest. You know, those in control of the corporations will pass those losses onto the company, onto the customer. Yeah, they will, and that's one of the reasons why the prices are going through the roof. However, have you seen the price of petrol, gas? Right, I can only say from a UK point of view. It went up to for unleaded somewhere in the region of £1.90 per litre, and around about £2.30 in some places for diesel. The prices have come down, but they haven't come down as much as they could do, because wholesale oil price has gone down. That was those savings, or that saving by the companies that buy the oil, wasn't passed on. So it is about making as much money as possible. Yeah, we've already gone down that one, Stango. Thanks anyway. But the corporations are in charge, the banks are in charge, and it just goes upwards. We're not in charge. We need to, as people, as humans, demand that we have our rights. They're not permissions, they are rights. You know, we have the right to food. You know, the bond yield curve has become more deeply inverted, signaling expectations economic slowing for 2023. Okay. Higher wages are needed for higher bills. That drives inflation up. You know, this is why IOM people are asking for the wrong thing and asking for more money. Well, I would say that whoever is asking for things should be asking for the right things. at the end of the day. But what's important to them at the moment is money and better working conditions. Sorry, I missed that Black Watch. I was rabbiting on. I was going to read that, but it got took down at the wrong moment. Oh, look, as if by magic. Gee, oil distributors do not pass on savings. Surprise, surprise. Well, it's true, Black Watch. I've seen it. Golf balls and the G-spot. Most men rather look after their balls. Oh, trust you to start dragging it down, Teflon. But carry on. Do you know how difficult it is talking to people? In an imaginary person? I'm looking at the screen. I can see what you can see. I'm looking at what's coming through, and giving you my opinion. And it is only my opinion. It's difficult. That's how people do it. People get paid more money. Wage bills rise. Business put up their prices, so the price is already gone. So most people that benefit from it is the government, because everyone's paying more tax, VAT, etc. Yes, do not disagree. It's an ever increasing or decreasing circle. Our inflation isn't high because of wages. It's high because of increased profits and dividends. Very true. And the stockholders get those dividends, or the shareholders. Having ventured down this route, it is surprising how difficult it can be to attract the right sort of people to buy shares or anything like that. If you go public, anyone can buy your shares. If you approach people, they want to see what your plan is and what you're trying to do, etc. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. So, why am I mentioning that? Because this side of this, if you like, is now being sponsored. The Grim Reaper Radio Show is being sponsored by THC, free.beers. Well, you can see it there anyway. What's legal is that this firm, who is an online firm, are selling probably the best types of CBD products, and they're going through sorting out the best from the worst, so to speak, because even some of the expensive stuff is actually not that great. So it is finding out, and sort of through recommendation. If you start buying CBD products from them, for argument's sake, and you don't like something, let them know so that they can either, just enough people who don't like it, they'll remove it, Anyway, that's enough of the sponsorship. Why did Cinderella... What did Cinderella do at the ball? Gag. Oh, Teflon. The last decade, due to inflation, wages were decreased in real terms by over 25%. Yes, don't disagree with that whatsoever. When people were furloughed and the government paid the furlough money so that people didn't have to sign on, etc., because that would have been a nightmare trying to process it, you know what I mean? So they paid 80% of wages, and the idea was that they gave the company the option to pay the other 20%. Not many companies did that. In the meantime, you've also got other companies who were able to allow their employees to work from home. So they were still, available for work technically, so therefore, why not get them working for it? And I don't know whether they actually claimed the 80% or they didn't, but either way, over the last few years, there's been a massive change in the way that people work and how they work. So you got people who work from home, let's say customer service staff, call center staff, etc. You don't need everybody in the office. There may be some people who have to work in an office, but if you make it clear you can either work from home or you can work from the office, and then when things started to, and I hate this phrase, but die down, and restrictions were lifted, now they've either got to go back to the office full time, or they have to go in so many days a week or so many days a month. And they called that collaboration time. Weird. Because everything you do going into the office, you can do remotely, at the end of the day. However, there are some people who are in occupations where it's not feasible for them to go home. They got laid off, etc. Or, work from home, I should say. They got laid off and they got ripped off, basically. However, now, as a country, we have to repay this money that we borrowed from the Chancellor, or the Bank of England, and we've got to pay it back. So what's going to happen? We're going to be paying for what happened for the next 20 to 30 years in our taxes, because a certain percentage will go back to that, which is why they're cutting back on services. Another way, it's all about savings. It's all about bullshit, if you pardon my expression. What's this IOM, the C word? Oh yeah. Has a move by China slow down their economy and alleviate serious internal economic problems. Do you know what? I get what you're saying, but don't forget they're also now they've got this variant, the V word, right? And that means that they're heading into restrictions, and you never know, we might all end up being restricted again. Wipe out. Pay back to whom? The banks where the money was loaned from. They print money, theoretically. However, we have to pay it back. You worked all the way through Cheeky, so did I. Regrettably. But I work from home. So I was in a win-win situation because I've been wanting to work from home for a long, long time, and I've been arguing that we could do it. Okay, so the bank owes itself the money. Well, yeah, I mean technically, because the banks, which are private entities, they don't owe themselves. It's the Bank of England. The Bank of England is actually separate from the government. They might work hand in hand, but they do work separately. They are separate. So we borrow money, we've got to pay it back. Simple as that, at low income interest rates. Hello, Trojan. Thank you very much for dropping in. I know I've seen you before in the past in here, and you're more than welcome to stay. What are we talking about? Oh, I don't know. The crap that comes out. Well, I just talk a lot of crap and a lot of baloney half the time. Nobody should follow me. I'm not an instigator in any way, shape, or form. Just the website keeps getting attacked for some unknown reason. Maybe it's the 77th Brigade that's playing with us. Okay. What's that you're saying? Yeah, I wish I could work from home, but I worked in a supermarket and also worked as a delivery driver. You were in the front line. You were one of the unsung heroes. You know, you carried on working. You probably had the task of telling people, you know, oh, you've got to be 6 foot away, etc. They went, the bank prints the money, then the government asks for it. Basically, yes. Quarantine, easing, and quantitative tightening. Yeah, okay. So let me see if I can work that one out. As a nation, as a world of free people, the powers that be may have, in this fictitious world, right, wanted to see how they can control the masses because of the rest of the things they want to put into place, allegedly. And we had a lot of people who did what they were told because they were being reprogrammed. Didn't realize it. They believed the fear that was put out, and that's how people were controlled. There was a lot of people towards the end who were getting fed up of being controlled, etc. So they did what they could. And there's a lot of people who ended up, just leave that up for me, please, Tango. There's a lot of people who started to fight back around the world. And I'm not saying that it could lead to restrictions, but if you've got people who do as they're told, like good little robots, then guess what? The government wins every time. If the national grid is public, why can't we buy direct and miss out the middlemen, i.e. companies? Right, okay. National Grid used to be publicly owned, so did a lot of the electricity companies. They were publicly owned. Unfortunately, they're not anymore. So customers didn't give a shit about 6 foot rubbish. They wore their masks, leaned over me, who was maskless, to get the goods along. Well, I'll tell you a true story, okay, which I thought was funny at the time. I still think it's funny. One of my pets, my dog actually, who's petrified of loud noises. So she hates New Year and bonfire night, not understanding it. But anyway, I had to take her to the vets. And this was after we came out of the so-called lockdown. We were in the easement, going back to normal. And it was no longer a requirement to wear a mask. It was more down to the policy of the building. And I went in, I got told I had to wear a mask. I explained that I was exempt and I wasn't going to. So I was told by them that I couldn't take the dog in. And I went, well, why not? And the argument that they used was that I could infect them. Now, think about it, folks. All right. 6 foot is nothing. It's in the bloody air. Why do you wear a mask? So you don't catch droplets. However, if you're not able to wear a mask due to for medical reasons, which you don't have to divulge, then it's your right to be treated normally. Okay. So after to-ing and fro-ing, the partner came out, and it was. Hang on a second. They can't Teflon until privatisation. They basically did, but locally, yeah, more or less. Referring to the National Grid, etc. So anyway, I managed to get the dog in. I was maskless. I was asked to not get too close. Now, the guy who was looking after the vet, who happened to be one of the partners, because he was fed up with it, and he said he'll be glad when it all ends. Because obviously he'd had arguments, etc., and he's just saying, "Well, we got to do it." No, you don't. It was a guideline. It was never a regulation. It was never statute. It was never law. Anyway, turns out there was nothing wrong with the dog, just needed the checkup, etc. Got a clean bill of health, and I was requested that moving forward, I arranged with somebody else to take the animals in because I had three animals at the time under one vet. So I just smiled and walked away because I didn't think that I was being treated fairly at the time, and neither was the dog, because what they wanted to do was to take the dog in, leave me outside, and that's where the problem was. I went to my dog. But yeah, that was yes, one of them stupid things. A lot of people turn around and say, "Oh, show's the recording," because you haven't got the recording. It didn't happen. Well, not everybody feels comfortable when they're arguing about something to get the bloody camera out. You know, should ask them if the vaccine works and why is yeah, okay. I totally agree. There's some subjects that I would love to get into, and this is one of them, right? However, I can't do it on here because of the terms and conditions of the number one provider. And YouTube is still my number one. It's just imagine the salute with the middle finger. So yeah, that's something I would like to talk about. We could talk about over on the website. Now, some people have asked, rightly or wrongly, how do I get to see the website? How do I log in, etc.? Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to give you a demonstration. If I can, give me 2 seconds, folks, because I'd love us to be able to chat about things properly and fairly. So, don't need to share any sound because there isn't any sound. Okay, folks, so this is our website. Okay, so when we talk about the black line, okay, that's the black line here. Okay. And if we click on live TV sessions, it will bring you to this page. We're not transmitting over here yet, which is the reason why. There's nothing on there. Yes, it's got our sponsors at the moment, which is great. And we can also use the chat facility. So we can see what you write, what you're writing, and this is total free speech, right? And you can be totally anonymous. I've already signed in, okay, but basically it gives you an option. You can sign in under your Facebook account, you can sign in under your Twitter account, or you can do what everybody else does who has a brain, and they log in under nickname. That's it. So you can be anyone. I've had Battery Head in here in the past. And you can get the same screen, okay, but on a mobile if you can't get this, okay? But you would need to click PSYOP TV, okay? And that will take you to exactly the same, but and you'll see the same sort of picture with it being side by side. I understand, but I could be wrong because it's a while since I've checked this and we've made some alterations. It could be that now that the player is above the chat, which I need to get so that it's side by side, because there's no point if we're showing a video on here, right? If you miss the video while you want to chat to people, it's pointless, you know. So that's the reason why I wanted to explain to you. Now, we don't have any events lined up, but when we got shows coming up, they are going to come here, okay? And we will put the updates in. This is the show which happened on the 27th. So you just go to events. If that's been updated, it'll give you the date, the time, and then all you would need to do if you wanted to just click there. Okay, and it will give you the page. I need to update this so you get the correct page. Okay, but that's as simple as it is. We have to sort this out on a regular basis. We're also in the process of making the website even bigger, right? And also faster. I don't sell merchandise myself, okay? But I do have a shop which sells all sorts of different things, okay? And when we get more people who want to sell their stuff, I can put it on here. But the beauty of it is say for argument's sake, oh, I like to try some CBD bunny gummy bears. So you just click on the link and it takes you to the website that is selling it. Okay, buy product, right? Because all the information you want is on here, right? It won't move down because it's syncing, right? And in this case, it takes you through to our sponsors, THC, and THC free, and you'll be able there to add it to the cart, etc. By the way, ignore the price because that's not the right price. This at the moment is a bit of an old link which is going through. So again, we need to update it. But once you get here, you can have a look to see, if it's a vape stuff you want a bit of food, oils, drinks, etc. You can have a look. All the different products are on there that you can go in and have a look. And we'll do the people behind it will do the best to get you to the place you want to be. So I'm just going to stop sharing now. And sorry about that, Stanku. You should have just said hello. Hello, Mrs. J. Thank you for coming along. Happy New Year and all the rest of it. Guess who's learned to build websites in 2022? I don't know, but I do know somebody who can still break them. I keep doing too much on the website at times, and I still break it occasionally. But still, Stangu, you're still on mute. I don't know whether you want to remain on mute or not.
I've been here all along. I'm just still doing stuff, just chilling.
Chilling. I wasn't to be around. So I just do a short live today, just to say happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, sorry, it's all that crap in the last 7 days, Well, where was I? Oh yeah, Happy New Year to people.
Music. Grim, what was going on with the music? How did you get around the not being copyright claimed by the music?
I won't know till I get a notification. I'll have to check it later.
Okay.
Listen, dilly gaff is it's a way of life. It's got to be expressed, at the end of the day. Do I care about copy strikes? Not from music, because it's only a claim, right? The channel will never be monetized, regardless of how many hours we get, how many subscribers we get, whatever. It's a little bit too high, Okay, so CBD helps you become more relaxed. It mellows you out, basically. And you're quite right. It's the THC, which is illegal, that makes you get high. You have a little bit of both already in your body, right? and that's why you get the highs and also the mellowiness when you come down. Some people have a little bit more, and it can cause mental health issues. But CBD can help. Can you just highlight that from Matthew for me, please? Yeah, CBD is an anti-inflammatory substance. Not that we are saying that it's a medically fact, because we don't know, right? Oh, she swapped that round too quickly. And it gives some mental relaxation without the hallucination effect. CBD is perfectly legal in the UK. And you can have it in a vape form. You can eat it. You can drink it. It's illegal to sell the THC. Simple as that. And if there are beneficial things, then that's fine. What's that, Mrs. J's put? Oh my God, Grim. Tried some. It was so funny. He was so spangled. I like that. I was very, very chilled. You know, I'm not going to suggest people buy a certain brand or anything. I just wanted to see what it was like. And yeah, it was very mellowing experience. It's funny because I have a bad memory anyway, as you probably can tell. I tend to forget what I'm talking about sometimes, and I need people like Stangu to get me back on track.
Back on track. Try if you want. I'm more interested in the music actually. You know, I should talk to Miss J about this actually. You know, the mixing does that help to get around copyright? Like if people are talking over the song, is it more of a commentary than listening to the music itself?
Well, music can be played in the background. It's whatever that music is. You know, it's down to the individual. But I will say this: the person you need to speak to, because they do music, on their channel, is Mrs. J.
Yeah, I'm interested actually. Yeah.
Can you can you drive with it with CBD, providing it does not affect your driving skills? Like with anything, right? Any drug, prescribed or not, if it affects you, makes you drowsy, etc., you should not operate any sort of machinery. And you're right, Matthew, there is elements of in THC, but remember that THC, folks, is totally illegal in the UK and or Great Britain and in most countries. However, there are some countries that do allow it to be used quite openly. Just go over to the Netherlands and you'll see plenty of cafes there. But over in the States, it depends on the state law. Yeah. Waffle CBD is a health food made from hemp. THC is medicine that comes from the cannabis flower. CBD can be classed as health if there's any scientific fact to back it up, and it's been passed. It's only recent that we've been allowed to get THC on subscription from the doctor. But there are grounds, if you meet the certain requirements, then you will get it. And I don't know I'm not sure it's free or what. But I presume if you pay for your prescriptions, you may pay a little bit more, I suppose. I don't know. No, it's not something that I get, so I can't confirm that. Some people can't function without it. What's this? And yes, they do. I'm not good with it. Has tried it, scared himself, let alone my passenger. I'll let you into a little. Well, I'll be totally honest with you, right? If I don't feel up to driving, I won't drive regardless. You know. What's that? You used it? Oh yeah, illegally. Do it. Yeah. There's lots of people who can, they get hold of it by growing it, going to a supplier or anything like that. Makes no difference to me. I'm not really bothered. Yes, Steve, I can waffle, as you put it. It's down to the individual. Look, the information is out there. Go and do your own research before you make any sort of decisions, and make sure you are not high at the time. Okay. My problem is I use weed for pain relief and to help with my anxiety. So I'm buggered. I need both. Yeah, no problem with that. I understand that. That's the reason why you get what you get, and your doctor isn't interested in weed as a medicine. Well, Trojan, change doctors, and see whether another doctor. That's the easiest way, because some practices may not even have the ability. They may not be allowed to. As I say, it's just something which you need to do your own research on. Right, guys, this is a short life. I've got things to do. It is New Year's Day. I've got a few more things to work on. I'm not going to be on for much longer. Stangu is a great running mate. He sits there, he sniffles. Right.
I'm not with it. I'm sorry, I'm just not with it. I'm absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you don't have to apologise for being normal, because that is you normal.
It's been good. It's been good. It's been busy, honestly. It's been real busy. Just because it's New Year. There was people. They seemed like they were panicking.
You work in a corner shop, don't you?
Well, it's not on a corner, no, but yeah. It's a village store. A village store.
It's a store, a village store, right? So surely they should have they'd have bought stuff beforehand.
No, I mean, well, the customers.
The stuff they've run out. They've run out, so they've had to nip into the nearest shop.
There's that too, but I think also because some people just don't kind of like notice the notices, they start panicking. It's like, because they thought we'd be closed today, being New Year's Day and also a Sunday. So people were panic buying yesterday just for the sake of one day. It was quite funny, but it was real busy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could have sworn you were open Sunday.
Yeah, we're open Sunday anyway, but we decided we opened New Year's Day, sell the papers and stuff like that, mainly.
Yeah, but that's it. What's this? It's not down to your doctor. Yeah, it's a private prescription. Okay. Again, as I say, just do your own research and find out how you get it. I don't know how you get it, but as I say, I've not done any research into getting THC. I just know that you can.
I know somebody that went down that route. I think he still does, and I think DeWitt's right. He has certain medical conditions, and he decided to sign up with this private practice, whatever that dispensary or whatever it is, and he had to communicate with them and pay for some letters maybe, and buy certain, or at least have something to use the stuff in, and he'd get regular posts. I mean, not the only person I spoke to, but it's kind of controlled THC, isn't it? Because they do supply the THC.
Yes, yeah. In CBD, all CBD products, right? You do get a higher percentage of the CBD. It's worked out in milligrams, and the higher the number, the better the effect. But the higher it is, the more chance you've got of paying more, I think, as well. How are you doing, The Fallen? Thank you for dropping in New Year's Day. Stangu, I know you're you just want some peace, which I think is good. I think you need it.
I've already drank a can of beer through a straw.
Oh, nice. Well, just now all you need is the sherry, the vodka, the whiskey.
Well, I've done none of that yet. I've done none of that. Partly because I've had a bit of a problem, and I've been on for the last week or so antibiotics, codeine, and ibuprofen. So
Oh, you would have been well out of it then. That would explain a few things. But you were okay when we had the chat earlier in the week on the website. I think it was Tuesday. I could be wrong. I can't remember. Yeah, we had an interesting conversation.
Oh yes, you know what? I've forgotten all about that.
Yeah, memories as good as mine. Yeah, I do open the doors. I will be. I'm planning on doing maybe 2 or 3 shows a week over on the. It'll come to me. Website. It was Friday night. It was Friday night. We tried it to see how it would go, but some people couldn't quite work out where to go on the website. Hopefully, you saw that information. If not, you can drop us an email via the website. I think theoretically, I think that link's still working fairly now. Just if you've got Discord, send me a message via Discord. Join the Grim Reaper Discord. We don't actually do anything on there. It's really for a way of communicating with people and letting people know what's going on. Sangu will go around doing that on when he gets the information sometimes. But the best thing to do is to go and visit the website and look at the events, and it'll tell you when we're doing our next show. If I get the opportunity, I'll always publicize it on the community page as well. So hopefully you got those notification bells. But apparently only 10 notifications go out to each person. So for argument's sake, if you're sub to 100 different places, then you'll find that you'll only get 10, so 90 of them you will miss. So you have to keep checking back. Where with Discord, if you join a Discord group, leave the notifications on, you'll get a notification when something comes up. We have on there, if I remember right, because it's a while since I've been anywhere on there, there is a chat room. I think there's a video room as well. And we don't have moderators as such. We have slaves, knaves, kings and queens, and head of the table. Head of the table basically just the people who just organize things, put things up. But yeah, by all means, if you want to come along, join that, it'd be great. Because what we can start using that if we have more people. It'd be great to see some people in there, and in the open chat area. So by all means, hop over there. I don't know why Stangu's put a banner on saying Happy New Year, but thank you. He's had to put his skulls in. I turn me back on him for 2 seconds, and look what he does. He puts a banner on.
Rest in peace. You prefer that one?
Put them both together. Goodbye to one new year and hello, one old year. But the souls went on New Year's Eve. We start afresh. We're going to be maybe doing some Friday night shows over on the website. So please keep up to date. The 2 reasons: 1, we can say what we like; 2, we can play what we like; and 4. Did I miss 3 out? Oh yeah, trolls are allowed. We don't mind trolls. In fact, we like trolls. Honestly, we do. Even the clown's allowed to come around occasionally. Don't have a problem with that. Not the clown will. But listen, guys, girls, folks, thank you for your support throughout 2023. We wouldn't have got to this, and I still think it's a milestone. 500 subscribers. We've been hovering over it for such a long time. We're moving in a different direction next year. We're going to be very friendly, YouTube friendly, when we're over here. I don't want to give up the Friday nights on here, because there's a lot of people who do just call in and they get used to it. But we can have more of a conversation around things, you know. Cheeky Sprite, have a nice day. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing, you know, even if you're working. I had the choice to work tomorrow. I decided against it. I'm going over to see my grandchild. I've not seen her over the Christmas period because of them all having a virus. So I'm going over here. What's this? Yeah, ACDC. Yeah, listen, we can play ACDC over there. We can't here. Right, guys. I'm going to call it quits if that's okay with you. Say short live. I just wanted to say thank you for all of your support, and also wish you all a very, very prosperous new year. And let's start working together. Let's start making some noises. Let the bastards hear us, because I don't think they should grind us down in any way, shape, or form. So, you know, I'll see you again all soon. You take care. And even now, I'm going to leave the last word to Stango.
Rest in peace, people.